When the other woman was here, she said she was torn between Brad and her own husband. Even after the show, she told me backstage that she didn't know how to stay away from Brad. Here's what happened when she got home and faced her husband.
I want him to leave me alone. On the show, I felt that I had betrayed Brad. I had said that I wanted Brad to leave me alone. I wasn't ready to say those words to him at that moment. The affair was still going on. I did text message Brad right after the show. I wanted to know how he was. A couple days after the show, my husband moved out of the house.
I was at the end of my rope. I decided to move out because I didn't see a change in her.
I finally realized that the affair was over when I realized how much my husband really did love me and that Brad was just very selfish. It's all about Brad. He's a narcissist. Mike and Brad are complete opposites in every way. One's beer and one's champagne.
I wonder every day how she could have been attracted to him.
After that conversation, he text messaged me and told me that he loved me forever. It's good to know because through all this, I've always thought that I was different than the other girls. Michele did call my cell phone after the show. She told me that, you know, I could have him, she'd bring his stuff over. And I was just like, crazy bitch, what am I talking about? That's how she is most of the time. She was being irrational. My husband, Mike, does not know everything about the affair. He doesn't want to know.
As far as the affair between Sarah and Brad is concerned, I don't want to know any more details.
My husband, Mike, is not aware that I had sex with Brad 9 days before the first show. When Dr. Phil said Brad was possibly a sex addict, it didn't surprise me.
I said that he was a predator 2 years ago. I don't think that Brad understands that games that he's playing are ruining people's lives.
The thing that really impacted me the most was when Dr. Phil said that Brad was poison to my children. You know, I realized he wasn't worth it.
Brad took advantage of my life. I look forward to the day when Brad's out of my life.
The best piece of advice Dr. Phil gave me was to go home and put my arms around my kids, to get counseling and get myself healthy so that I could work on my marriage. I miss Brad. If I did call Brad, we'd be right back in the mess we were in before. I wonder how Brad's doing and if he ever thinks about me. I'm sure some of the old feelings will come back when I see him face to face.
Well, the other woman in this situation wants to continue to keep her identity a secret, so she has asked us to call her by the fake name of Sarah. You have anxiety about being here with the two of them now or just being here with Michele?
I was under the impression that we were going to talk about the baby, and in that circumstance, I only wanted to discuss it with Brad and you.
Do you believe that this situation with Brad is over with?
Yes, I do.
You feared when you were here with Brad again that it might rekindle old feelings.
I said seeing him, but of course, you know, those feelings don't just automatically go away. There's no pill or switch or anything. So there's still feelings there, but...
Okay, and now a big question is, you have a child with you, and your position is that you think he should have no visitation rights with the child at all. Is that what your instinct tells you?
I believe it's in the best interest of the child for that to happen.
Okay, and tell me the reasoning that led to that conclusion.
That is because the baby has everything now that he needs. He has two parents that love him unconditionally, and there's nothing that he needs more than that.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.